So good evening, everyone. This is Pranav from production department. I'm currently in the third year, and I've been a part of DC for 1 year right now. So welcome to the Discover DC session, where you all will learn everything there is to know about the induction process of DC and DC as a whole. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. As you know, clubs and teams in NIT Trichy fall under three major categories: technical, social, and cultural clubs. Designers Consortium obviously falls under the technical club category. So, Designers Consortium is the official product design club of NIT Trichy. Established in 2015, it has done more than 70 projects while winning more than 45 accolades and has published more than 20 papers. If you apply and get into the club, you have a rich history behind you, backing all your endeavors. Right, so this is the current DC team. You'll essentially be a part of a tight knit family when you get selected into the team. As for the domains under which the club operates, DC takes up projects in the domains listed on the screen: ergonomics, automation, simulations, CAD modeling, mechatronics, R&D, graphic animation, and machine learning. Also, we go through several obscure topics which are not listed on the screen here, but we encounter during the due course of the projects. Now, let us go through a few of the projects which have been done by us in the past year. As for the research projects, we have done AuroCal, which is an autonomous subsurface cable laying board supported by an on-surface detection system, which uses a combination of radar and acoustic detection to determine the topology. There is Motra, fully automated device to assist wheelchair-bound patients in transferring from their chairs or beds to the wheelchair and vice versa, minimizing the need for external assistance. And finally, there is the ROV1 project aiming towards rapid revitalization of degrading coral reefs. We designed a compact replantation and storage mechanism for fresh corals. Now, these are the projects which we went through during the Transminute Hackathon of NIT Trichy. First is the fuel safe, which is a novel retrofittable solution to eliminate static charge buildup during the refueling of airplanes and ships. There is inventory bus, which basically does the function of beverage volume detecting using a non-contact ultrasonic sensor array network, and then the flow is controlled using a closed loop PID control in a PLC. And then there is wear warrant, which is an autonomous device to measure the brake wear of the airplane brake pads. It can generate a predictive maintenance schedule based on the wear data. Coming to Sangam, which is product design competition of NIT Trichy under its Pragyan Technical Fest, we have Determine, which is a novel and reliable footwear to detect and protect soldiers from the mine-ridden areas and ensure their safety. Versus Stride is a compact, convertible ladder from bridge, portable on shoulder, made for military expeditionary operations. These two fall under the defense subdomain of the Sangam. Also, there is RecTube, which is a semi-automated rubber recycling machine that transforms discarded bicycle inner tubes into practical utilitarian products such as pouches. This falls under the environmental domain. Now we have Shastra, which is the technical test of IIT Madras. We did three projects for Shastra. The first one is IoniFlow, which is a novel EV battery thermal management solution that optimizes performance and lifetime by leveraging an emerging cooling technology, which is ionocaloric cooling effect. Then there is Leproc, designed with precision grooves and fortified with surface treatments. It's a clamp for radiator engine pipes, which ensures secure locking mechanisms for enhanced reliability. And finally, there is QuadMOS, which offers an eco-friendly way to harvest atmospheric water, potentially alleviating water scarcity issues in regions facing water challenges. Now, you might still be wondering what's in it for you. Well, as I said before, we have a history of winning. Let's look at some of our prizes and achievements. We have won multiple positions in Shastra 2024, including first and third position in the Caterpillar industry-defined problem, along with second position in the EcoCreate challenge. Also, all our projects won in Sangam 24. One of our projects has also cleared the regional level of Amazon's Giant HBCN award, and we participated in the national level, being shortlisted in the top 75 innovative products in the sustainability domain. On top of this, multiple research papers have been written and published on IEEE by members of the DC Club. Now, let us go through the sub-teams. DC mainly has two sub-teams, namely Stream 1 for mechanics and Stream 2 for tronics. Now, the functions which come under the mechanics domain for Stream 1 are firstly, we have CAD modeling. We design the models which we aim to optimize or fabricate using software such as SolidWorks. You can see some of the rendered models in the slide. These are multiple projects which have actually been done by us during the past year. Moving forward to motion study and animations, these are used to virtually visualize the movements and functions of a model and how it behaves in the real space. Motion study is done using SolidWorks itself, while proper animation can be done using the Blender software. Now, also under the mechanics domain, we not only deal with design, also the analysis of our designs using softwares such as ANSYS to check the viability and feasibility of our designs from a safety and viability point of view. You can see some of our simulations that include varied studies from stress to life cycle and even explosions thoroughly analyze the results to determine the validity of the designs. Now, I'll pass over my talk to Spandan, my colleague, who will take you through the remaining sections of the brief.
Thank you so much, Pranav. And hello, everyone. I am Spandan, a third year mechanical, and I have been with DC also for 1 year for now, and I'll be guiding you through the rest of the talk. So, moving on to Stream 2, these are the team members that mainly deal with the electronics, software, and the circuitry of any given project. Employing multidisciplinary usage of various platforms and programming languages. These are the guys who will be designing different components. Like for electronics, the initial circuit design will be done on software like LT-Spice, as you can see. And for when we need to design the actual PCB, we do it on software like KickStart to design the virtual model of the PCB. Moving on to embedded systems, as you can see, these are the ones that are used for mostly all of the data acquisition and the control, and also for processing whatever required in the project as per the requirement of the model that we have designed. For this, mostly common softwares like Arduino IDE and Tinkercad are used in our club. And for domain like machine learning and computer vision, you can see we have taken multiple projects in this domain as well, as this is one of the emerging topics in engineering, and we try to create projects that help in equipping us with the most upcoming technologies via topics like using platforms like Raspberry Pi and Python to keep ourselves up to date and our projects with the current scenario. Moving to IoT, so we use a platform called Blink to power all of our IoT driven projects. This enables us to connect all of our devices and systems, and drives our projects towards a smarter end in the end. For the vital components of our like circuitry, like transducers and any critical component that requires a lot of simulation and testing, we mostly rely on MATLAB for ensuring the quality of the results. So that is what mostly Stream 2 does. And now let's move on to what the workflow of a typical project in DC is. So for any given project, what we do is, first of all, we start with the background research of the problem statement that we take. So in this, we analyze the problem statement thoroughly, all of its aspects, and look into every possible solution that the market currently offers, and also look into potential work that has been done in other domains but can be employed in our project via some changes according to our requirements. Also, all of this information has to be documented very neatly. So we create, like, for every session, for every session, a special document is made with all this information is very neatly stored. Now, moving on to the next step, which is the ideation process. Now, this is what we take pride in our club, and this is where all the recipes are cooked for our success method. So, as you can see, again, documentation is a very critical part whenever it comes to any of the process in our club. So, what we do is we foster ingenuity with ideas pouring from everyone. So everyone gives their aspects on the problem statement, and then we deliberate on each and every idea that we come on the entire session. And then at the end, we have a bunch of ideas at our disposal, and we pick the one that satisfies all of our needs. So essentially, it becomes a distillation theory for all of the ideas that we came across. Now, moving on to the next step, once we have a solid idea to work upon, we move on to the designing part. Now, what designing is, essentially, we are trying to visualize our idea into a concept that can be relayed with others. We can easily communicate our ideas to others via, let's say, a solid model or a circuit design, for which we mostly use software like SolidWorks and KickCAD or Proteus. So this equips us with means to relay our work to others, not only within the team but also outside the team. Now, once we have a design on our hand, we move on to the simulation. Now, we don't know what are the weak points of our design are and what needs to be changed to for an ideal prototype. So what we do is we do motion studies and FEM simulations. So what motion study helps us is in realizing what the potential restrictions are in the design. Where the motion is blocked and where we need to change the design in order to satisfy the desired output that we need in the mechanism. Now, for that, we mostly do in SolidWorks motion studies, and when we need proper animations, we move on to software like Blender. So once we have done the motion study, we can now move on to a proper FEM simulation, which gives us the idea of where the potential failure points in our design are. So with that, we can also come up with a appropriate factor of safety to be considered when we are actually designing the final prototype. So now that we have the simulation, the design, the idea ready, all the prerequisites are done, we can move on to finally fabricating an actual prototype. So in DC, what we have now have all the facilities at our disposal. What we do is we employ every cutting edge technology that we can use. We have our workspace dedicated in the DC club room at the SSC building, and with that, we having access to all this facilities like 3D printers, machining, welding. What we do is we try to put together a prototype that can not only be a proof of concept but can also undergo a live testing to show that it is actually up to the standards, not only industry standards, up to the standards of the actual environment that is going to be subjected to. So now with all of this, basically is what we do throughout the span in a DC club. So now that we are done with telling you what we are, and now you know what we do, we can move on to finally what the important points are for what you are here for, is the induction process. So induction process, many people right now are very confused. They are very nervous about the induction process, but there is not much to be nervous about. It is a very fun process. It is something that will help you gain a lot of knowledge, not only technical but also other aspects in your college life. So no need to be too worried. All the resources that you need to know and need to learn throughout the induction process will be provided to you. And mentors will be allocated wherever you get stuck in the induction process. These mentors will help you through and through to get you through the induction process. Not only that, but there are no prerequisites for our induction. For DC induction, there are no prerequisites. You do not need to have any prior knowledge on any of the domains that we mentioned in the presentation. You can be completely blank. You can join, apply for the induction, and we will be giving you material to go through from where you will learn, and then we will be having certain filtration processes to see how much you have learned, and then we'll be evaluating you according to that. So it is not a very tough process, I would say, but it can be rigorous at times. But it is a very fun process in general. You will learn a lot, and wherever you feel issues, we will be there to help you through it. So moving on to the timeline of the induction process. So firstly, we'll be giving you an option for stream selection. So as we said, there is a stream 1 and stream 2. So by now you should know what your strong points in your particular fields are. So this is very crucial. You need to select your stream very wisely. And let's say you say select stream 1 or stream 2. Accordingly, you will be allocated into like different groups, and then tasks will be rolled out for like each stream. So the firstly, you will be encountering a questionnaire, a basic, very simple questionnaire, where we'll be giving questions based on your domain, and then we'll be evaluating you based on your answers. Very simple. With that, we'll also be having a software task. So you saw that we employ a lot of softwares in our work. So you will be giving mostly like if you're in stream 1, you will be having a design problem to deal with in the software task, mostly like something to do with SolidWorks, some design, some part you have to design. If you are in stream 2, something related to electronics, some problem statement will be given. So you with that you have to submit your task to us, and then the task will be evaluating you based on your responses, and then you will be selected for a PI1. So personal interview 1 will be personally interviewing you on an online meet, and we'll be seeing how much your growth has been till that point, and also will be referring to your submissions of the questionnaire and the software task. So based on that, we'll be overall evaluating your growth and your skills, and then you'll be, if you pass through the first round, you will be given a product design task. Now here, instead of giving you fragments of different like tasks, we'll be giving you an entire problem statement for which you have to come up with an entire product. So with that, whatever necessary up to your necessities, whatever is necessary with the solution, you'll have to attach and submit it to us. And based on your submission, we'll be having a personal interview. Now here in the personal interview, we'll be mostly asking you questions related to what you have submitted in for your product design task, and then we'll be dealing with some other questions like situational questions and other things, but nothing to be worried about. So once you clear personal interview, you will be going through an HR round, inside interview, basically overall interview based on whatever you have done till that point, your growth, your skills, what you offer to the club, what your general attitude is towards product designing, all of that stuff. So again, nothing to be worried about right now. For now, I encourage all of you to apply. Even if you do not get through the induction process, as I mentioned, it is something that will help you learn a lot. It will be fun as well. So do apply, guys, and let's keep all these technical aspects aside and talk about some other aspects of the club. So yeah, we are not just a club. We are more of a family of tech maniacs. We not only work very hard when we need to work, but also when we chill, we chill. So I do again tell you to apply, share the induction link with others, and have fun in the induction process in general, because fun is something that you won't have for long when you are in an 8. So yeah, so have fun, apply for the inductions, and this is the QR code. Take a screenshot of it if you like, and please share it with others. Apply in groups, enjoy. That is all from my side, and then I guess Venkat and Anirudh will take over for the question and answer session. So over to you, Venkat and Anirudh.
Product Designing Club actively seeks collaboration opportunities with other design related clubs or organizations within the college or even externally. These collaborations can include joint workshops, design competitions, or sharing resources and knowledge to foster a broader design community. Yeah, we are actively uh, so we actively foster this technical collaboration. Then, you- for the newcomers, I will introduce myself once again. So, I am Vikas Brahman, going to be third year mechanical student and a club member of DC club member. So,
Yeah, and for those who didn't get it, I'm Anirudh, third year mechanical engineering, member of DC. Can someone in the chat respond if you can hear us? Okay, very good. So, coming to the question, can I collaborate with members from other clubs or disciplines on design projects? Of course, yes. So, design in itself is not, a task that a single person or a small group can take. You'd be dealing with multiple domains, multiple dimensions within DC itself, and that'll give you a lot of exposure. So, in that sense, you would be collaborating with multiple types of people within DC, and of course, open to collaborations with, let us say, companies and firms that operate on, 3D printing, lathing, CNCing, and stuff. So there would be a lot of cross collaborative work happening, and you would be exposed to all of it.
So, Samyukta Sutramala has asked about the workload and how much time we spend in a week. So, uh, we are DC Club. We believe in consistent hard working. So, we work every day. So, we get these better results. And you see the workload is not as much. So as we are working consistently, it will not hinder your academics. We all have more RGs in our club itself. So Mr. Anirudh, he is also a RG, and as you can see, he has consistently worked hard for the club as well as he has maintained his academics as well, and also he is in some tech he is in his teams also, so he has managed that as well. So we believe in consistency and hard work. It pays off really.
Yeah, adding on to what he just told. So, how much time do we spend in 1 week greatly depends on the team and the people that are working. So DC in itself does not expect you to put in 60 hours or 70 hours, but we expect to see progress. And there is a minimum stipulation though, wherein we expect the team to be together and collaborate and ideate because you staying in your room cannot do much, right? You need to be with the people to work. So in that sense, you would be spending approximately a few hours every day in the DC room, but we obviously will relax it if there's CTs and incense because we understand that CG matters a lot and we respect that a lot also. So do not be worried that we'll ask you to come work before incense. That will definitely not happen, and you can have it as a promise from our side.
Also, I want to add another point that we will also have some fun recreational activities uh, to reduce the stress level also. So, yeah,
Yeah, you'll have a lot of games happening within DC room itself. So there is a lot of fun with the work. Yeah, the harder you work, the harder you play is the saying that we live by in DC. So the more you work, the better enjoyment you receive. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Will we be given materials to prepare for the questionnaire? You will be given materials to prepare for the induction process itself. But for the questionnaire, we expect you to apply the basic knowledge of certain concepts that you learned throughout your schooling and certain engineering level concepts. Very basic, indeed. We wouldn't be testing you on any second year, any third year or fourth year courses, but rather rudimentary courses that you will learn as basics in mechanics and electronics and stuff. So a little more than what you learned in 12th is what would be required. And we believe simple Googling can help you rather than chat GPT, which is a bad idea.
so yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We give materials for the next, like the for the tasks like designing tasks, etc. We would give materials for preparation. Yeah.
Uh,
So we will move on to the next question. What all events does DC participate in? Yeah, we participate mainly in Sangam, which is the uh, premier hackathon of Pragyan. And we also participate in Shastra, which is a tech fest conducted by IIT Madras. And we also compete in some events which align with our domains, etc. Also, we also publish research papers, and yeah.
Also, adding on, we are also open to participating in new competitions other than what exists in our regular schedule. So, for example, in our batch, we had used one of our entries in the Amazon HBN CRIA Awards, which is a national level platform for selecting sustainable products. And we are proud to say that one of our products have been shortlisted among the top 75 in the country. And we are awaiting the nationals round. So there's a lot of flexibility in where we participate, and that completely depends on the schedule of NITT. So let's just say your NSIMs are preponed or Pragyan is postponed or anything. We would accommodate all those changes and have it within our schedule. And we also search for new competitions every year. It's not that we stick with Sangam, Shastra, and the Transfinite. We also look for new projects such as like the Dyson Awards and stuff. And this year, a lot of other competitions that you would get to know once you become a part of the club. So you need not worry about that. There's a lot of versatility. What is the average time of every project? So the time of every project depends on the competition or the objective of the project, right? So it's not like one project can take 1 week or one project might take 6 years. So let's just say we are participating for IIT Madras's Shastra. So the time that you would get would be in between your ensims and the actual competition, right? So that is how much time you would spend. Probably if you have a long sem break, then you would spend that time. If you have a short sem break, you would spend that time. Or the gap between Shastra and Pragyan. It may depend on how IITM and NITT schedules the two events. So based on that, the duration of projects would vary. But generally, the least that we spent would be around yeah, it's more than a month, but less than 3 months. So that is what would be a number that you can have in your head. But again, we it's not fixed and it depends on the schedules of a lot of things, the college, the people, CTs and sims and all that.
Also, adding to that point, like there is a annual hackathon, Transfinite. It is a 3 day hackathon. So you should do the project in those 3 days itself. You can see that we work on based on the deadlines. Yeah, that's all. We will move on to the next question. What are all the domains or area of focus that the product designing club targets? Yeah, we target domains like mainly AML and product designing, simulations, and circuitry, etc.
Yeah, adding on to what he said, like if you're looking for domains like let's say environment or defense or healthcare or robotics, advanced materials and all that, we have almost all in DC. So there are two factors that influence what domain we work in. One is the new inductees, and two is the restrictions of the competition. Yeah. So if a competition has a theme, then we follow the theme. If not, then it is open to us to explore any domain and work based on interests. Okay, moving on to the next question asked by Srinidhi. So, is there a limit on the number of members that can join? Of course, yes. So, we being one of the technical clubs have put in a number for the number of inductees, and currently it stands at 15. Tentatively, we propose to induct 15 of you, but it may vary based on the outcomes of the induction. So, if we find that more of you are worthy joining the club, it may increase also. So keep your hopes up, but yeah, 15 is the number that we have right now.
So, we move on to our next question. Do we require any prior knowledge or skills in a particular field to join the club? As you can see, there is no prerequisite to join the club. You can learn and during the induction process itself, the club welcomes students from all backgrounds and experience levels, and it provides opportunities for learning and skill development also. So you can learn during this time period, and you can grow your knowledge as well in these domains.
Yeah, one more thing is we require one thing alone for you to apply and join, that is immense motivation and dedication towards the club. There is no other prerequisite. We just require you to be highly motivated and highly dedicated towards what you do to be a part of the club. The rest, everything, we are confident that we can teach you and guide you through. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Can I propose my own project idea to the product designing club? Of course, you can. We require ideas to design products around, and anyone and everyone is welcome to share their opinions, views, and thoughts, including members. So we get all our problem statements from our members only, and through that, we conduct comprehensive analysis of those, weigh the pros and cons, perform SWOT analysis, and after a lot of deliberation, debate, and careful consideration, a problem statement is put forward for a project. So, in this process, the initial step is proposing, and anyone is open to propose within the club.
So
Yeah,
moving on to the next question. How is the problem statement decided for each project that the club comes up with? So as you can see, they are competing with different competitions, and we are doing publications in different we are doing research on different publications. So, as you can see, these competitions itself, they give the problem statements as they revolve in those specific domains. And we also take problem statements from our own members, and it is derived to the domain itself. As you can see, for the environment domain, we take up the problem statement which is aligning towards that domain, and that's all. Yeah.
we can see a lot of enthusiasm in the chat. We are happy. We just would like more questions, any doubts that you have to get clarified directly right now. How can being a part of the product designing club benefit me in terms of career opportunities? Asked by Manush. So, addressing that directly, your career would have a very good boost and a head start if you're a part of Designers Consortium. And we are being very honest about this as we are seeing the impact of it on our careers life. Almost every DC member is interning the second years, minded, are interning in reputed IITs, IISc, and various other important government labs around the country. And this is a statement as to how far a resume with Designers Consortium's projects on it would take you. And apart from that, the immense network of alumni that we have. So our alumni are part of huge companies such as Procter and Gamble, Caterpillar, and are pursuing higher studies in Carnegie Mellon, Michigan State University, and various other reputed colleges such as TU Delft. Some of them have joined this year. So these network and stuff would not be available elsewhere, right? So you have a guiding network of very talented seniors, and the projects on your resume would set you apart from the rest of the crowd in any endeavor that you take. So could be any domain that you would wish to pursue, but such amount of projects on your resume would speak a lot about you.
So we'll move on to the next question. Can I maintain time by being a part of DC? So I would say you can maintain your academics and the club itself, but we have, as you know, that you can't manage time efficiently when you are in most more clubs other than like DC, etc. Like you see some club may allow, some clubs are lenient as well in the timings, but some clubs are strict. So it is depends. It depends upon you mostly how well you can manage the time.
And also adding on to the previous question, right? How does it affect us in terms of career opportunities? There is one story that I would like to share about one of our seniors who got his internship and placement through a project. So you would have seen in the promo videos that there was one Caterpillar winner, and one member of the team was placed in Caterpillar because the judges were so impressed by the presentation and the project that they got such an opportunity in just the second year. So you guys also have that opportunity available. It's up to you to grab it. Moving on to the next question. Are there any specific areas of focus that the club is currently exploring, like something new or any upcoming? So the club is always open to exploring. That's why we are the product development and innovation club of NIT Trichy, and innovation is what we do. So if you are asking like anything specific, we focus on various domains, but particularly we take up projects that have certain values like sustainability and focus on aspects like recycling, because helping the environment is what would take us forward as good citizens and better engineers of the future. And in that sense, we do not particularly focus on sustainability as all our projects. But yes, of course, in all our projects, we do try to include certain aspects of it, making sure that the world is a better place to live tomorrow.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Going to the next question. Does joining a technical club affect my CG? If so, how should I manage a catch with the club? I believe we are in a position to answer this as we have survived 2 semesters after joining a technical club somehow. So yes, joining a technical club will for sure affect your CG, but it depends on you whether it takes it down or takes it up. So you will learn a lot in your technical clubs. The use of let's just take for an example, a production or a mechanical engineer has a course called manufacturing technology that has a lot of aspects such as casting, welding, additive manufacturing, and all that. You will have real life exposure to all of this in technical clubs, and this will help you ace exams. At the same time, if you do not study and blame it on the technical club, then that is completely your fault, though. It is humanly possible to increase your CG even maintain it above 9.5, if I would dare to say, being part of technical clubs. So yeah, again, it depends on how much time you study. So you have 24 hours in your hand, and if you keep wasting most of it, then neither CG nor technical club will last. But if you can plan it out well, not miss classes, have good attendance, okay? Less than 75 is a problem. Have good attendance, and rest is all sorted. You wouldn't have much issues.
Yeah, I would add on to that point as well. You see, it's a matter of fact that how much you can manage how much you can manage both accounts and club, etc. So now we move on to the next question. How depth is electronics in DC? So I can see most of electronics things are related to the it is joint joined to the mechanical stuffs, and it is something of kind of mechatronics. So you can see the do most of the circuitries and embedded systems, etc., which work simultaneously with the mechanical systems. Yeah.
Okay, moving to next question. I heard we can't join other teams if we join DC. Is it true? Like fests and communities. That is unfortunately not true. It's a rumor. So living proof exists. Multiple members of DC are parts of fests like Festember, Knitfest, etc. Unfortunately, there's a restriction that you cannot be part of Pragyan if you are in Designers Consortium. So that is the only restriction that we have. Rest assured, you are free to be in any club that you want, including 4 or 5, as long as you can manage. So the moment you can't manage, then being in one club itself is difficult. But if you can manage even 10 or 12, you are welcome to do so.
So we move on to the next question. If I don't have proficiency in software like SolidWorks, then I have to learn beforehand to the tasks accordingly, or will resources be provided? Yeah, the resources will be provided. There is no prerequisites for the tasks. Like you can learn during the induction process itself.
Yeah, so adding on, some of the current members of DC didn't know about SolidWorks. Like we had no knowledge about how to use the software before inductions, and it is inductions that is what taught us, and the project that is what gave us experience. So you need not be afraid that you need to know anything. Yeah, again, we are reiterating this multiple times. No prerequisites. Okay, moving on to the next question. What sense of practical knowledge can be gained being a part of DC? So practical knowledge in the sense you would be able to apply all the concepts that you learn in your classes in your projects. So many of you would have learned engineering mechanics, you would have learned, thermodynamics in your schools and stuff, but you will be learning it in your third semester and fourth semester. You'll be having mechanics of machines, you'll be having strength of materials, fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, thermal engineering, and various other courses. I mean, they'll be called by different names based on the department, but yeah, these are basic engineering courses. So you'd be applying all of this in real life, and you'd be having a feel of it. So that is the practical experience that DC gives you, and would give you a much better understanding of all of it.
So we will move on to the next question. How can we prepare ourselves for the inductions? Yeah, you need to brush up your 11th and 12th knowledge a little bit, and you can learn all these things uh, while you are undergoing the induction process. I'll repeat it again. So I will move on to the next question. What sense of practical knowledge can be gained being a part of DC?
Venkat, that has already been covered.
Okay.
So I'll be moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
Questions are asked through Google Forms or an online meet will be conducted. VK Gaming, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but I'll answer both the understandings that I have. So the questionnaire would be provided as a document, and you'll have to write the answers on a piece of paper or digitally, however you prefer, and send it over to us through a Google form. The personal interviews would happen through an online meeting and including the HR rounds. So, what do you mean by questions? I'm not exactly sure, but these are the two types of questions that we'd ask you, and this is how we expect you to answer.
Also, for the designing tasks, you can do the design in your preferably related software, 3D modeling software, and you can send those in Google Forms as well. So I will move on to the next question. Will control system related knowledge be used in any projects? Yeah, it will be used in the projects. It will be integrated with IoT and ML as well.
Yeah, so one of our projects involved control systems, namely the RecTube. So that had uh, kind of a CNC setup on it. So you would be dealing with every aspect of electronics, might I say. Do not perceive us as a purely mechanical club. That is some misconception. But we can confidently say that the level of electronics we have is no lesser than any other club.
Yeah, I think so. Most of your doubts are most of your doubts have got cleared. So this is signing off your Venkat and Anil.
Yeah. So thank you guys. We hope you had all your doubts clarified. We had a wonderful time. We encourage all of you to apply, and the link is in the description. It is bit.ly/DC inductions. So head over to the link, apply away. We hope to see you in the inductions and hope to see you as part of the club also. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye, guys.